It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And the spotlight is on the Cardinals' rocket arm quarterback. After his
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Opening Drive. And they will be led out.
Of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now back to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They'll try and run for him with counter. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defense. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. Option play. Here's Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards out to another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They run it with Hall off the option. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. The Dolphins at 9-6 now. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And let's remember that last week of this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again, repeat that type of performance. But, boy, were they sensational just a week ago.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 40 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Breece Hall with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. Peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finding Ertz again. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Now they'll run on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road. And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
On the check.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
His coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Hall. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively, they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
They'll give to Hall. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Breece Hall, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head?
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 128 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. By first half, it's 14-0. Jalen Waddle with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Inside the 5. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Arizona. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. As we find ourselves in Week 17, he's already well over the 1,000-yard mark. So there's no pressure there. We'll just see where this final tally ends.
And I love what you just talked about there. There's no pressure. There's pride, right? So the higher he can take that number and rank with his peers, everyone wants to be number 1, He wants to post that number like a good golfer, right? Post the best score and go to the clubhouse and kick back and see if anyone can match it.
Right, and he's the go-to guy here out wide. We'll see what they can do with him in this game. Defensively, they have a big challenge on their hands. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A handoff for Hall. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Option play. Here's Hall. And down to the 36-yard line here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Hall again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. 4 seconds, all that remain here this 1st half as the kick gets away. This will be fielded inside the 5. So we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
174 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He had a really solid 1st half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find.
He's got a man complete. It's a big play there for Miami, and even 50 yards. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And this offense has really just been humming all game long. So to me, they're just saying, we want to finish this one off in the third quarter so we can coast home in the fourth. And this is just a tremendous play. Something we've seen time and again from this offense.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. One more time with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Breece Hall, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their... Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's Bryan Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Hall again on second down. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. They run it with Hall off the option, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Hall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Option play, here's Hall. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hall. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Breece Hall taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Second and 1. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Phillips racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer in the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
But they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. will step aside.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
They'll run with Hall.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Here's Hall again.
And some room to work. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one 28 yards on the ground. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Caught on a slant, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
Taking charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete from the 21. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left.
Finding Ertz here on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. It's Shepard. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. There he goes right side. Past the 20. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory.
And it's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at the...
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And the Cards are going to have it here just past the 25.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete.